My name is Alexa, and here I am sitting on the floor in my apartment because I am on quarantine, day 1 of the coronavirus outbreak. The reason I'm on day 1 of my outbreak is because I've been in Aruba in the Caribbean for the last 7 days. I go every year. My grandparents have a timeshare there, so I feel very lucky that I get to go and spend some time with them there every March. But I have been wanting to start a YouTube channel for a really long time now because I love watching YouTube, and I just thought it would be fun to share some things that I get to do because I feel like I'm very lucky and I get to do a lot of fun things in my life. So I want to share that with you guys, but I never know, when to start and what kind of content to record. So I figured this might be a good time while I have a little bit of extra free time now that I'm in quarantine. So I kind of just wanted to let you guys know what was going on in Aruba in the quarantine versus what's going on here, just as a little bit of interesting content. Not really sure. So to give you guys a background story, I work in a school here in North Carolina. The week before spring break, I was planning on going to Aruba for a while. But the week before spring break, they had told us that if we were planning on traveling outside the country, because it was declared a global pandemic, all countries outside the U.S. were declared a level 2. Because of that, if you traveled to a level 2 country, you wouldn't be able to come back onto campus for 14 days to self-quarantine. And so at first I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to be off campus for 14 days if everybody's continuing to work. So I didn't know if I was going to go. But then they made the call saying that they were going to go to all distance learning, so online learning. So I was just like, okay, well, I guess I can go now. And things weren't too crazy then. So I decided to go last Saturday, which was, I don't even know the date. And when I was going there, I was sitting next to this lady on the plane. She goes, did you consider not coming? And so we kind of talked about that a little bit. And we both decided that, we both talked about how we thought about it, but decided against it. So that made me feel a little bit better. And then once I got there, nobody in Aruba was freaking out. Everybody was calm, cool, and collected. And I was like, this is weird because everyone's freaking out at home. So when I got there, it was pretty normal. But by day 1 or 2, people started freaking out a little bit more. They kind of were just like, my family's freaking out at home. Like, what's the big deal? And we got our first notice letting us know that there was going to be no more incoming flights into Aruba. So we started realizing that was getting a little bit more serious. But things in Aruba still weren't that weird. It was still pretty normal. The restaurants were open. My mom and I actually went to the movie theaters. We were the only people in the movie theater, and that was really cool. But then more people started leaving Aruba, and I just kept calling American, and I was like, is my flight still on? Is my flight still on? Just because I know they were, canceling a lot of flights and or shifting them around to kind of consolidate people getting off the island, just because there was no more incoming flights. There's gonna be a lot less people on the island. So I just kept calling, and they kept saying, no, your flight's fine, no, your flight's fine. And I'm just like, okay. So we got a notice saying that the 26th of March was going to be the last date that you could fly out of Aruba from American Airlines, which is the airlines I was flying. So I was getting a little bit nervous. I was like, it's getting a little bit close for my taste. But I still, Aruba was kind of a controlled environment where there was only 2 confirmed cases of coronavirus, and both of those were, travelers coming into the country, and they got tested as soon as they got off the plane, and they were held in quarantine, so they weren't even exposed to anything in Aruba. So I felt like I was in a safe place, and I was with my family, so I was like, okay. So when people started leaving, I was like, should I leave? I'm a little bit anxious, but then I was like, I'd rather be here than be home and anxious and scared. So I just kept checking American, trying to enjoy myself. So I took some cute Instagram pictures, and I laid on the beach, and I read a bunch of books, and so it was really relaxing. So I still got the best part about Aruba out of it. And there was always that constant fear that I was going to get stranded there, but it was kind of fun. It was kind of, different. So then on Saturday, when it was time for me to check in for my flight, I was like, okay, am I actually going to get on this plane? Am I actually getting off this island? And so once I checked into my flight, I knew that I was actually getting off the island, and I knew that it was about time for me to leave. So that night we kind of just hung out, watched the sunset, tried to enjoy our last couple moments in freedom. And then Sunday, once we got to the airport, I saw my plane pull into the airport, and then I got sad. I was like, okay, now that I know that I'm gonna get off the island, now I'm sad to go home. So when I got on the plane, there was a couple people wearing masks, but not too many. And the flight attendants had flown an empty plane down to Aruba because no more people were coming onto the island, and they were taking us all back home. So they kind of just gave us a big debrief of what to expect and how they sanitize the plane and how to cover your mouth when you cough and all that kind of stuff. So the instructions were a little bit longer than normal. And then once I got touchdown in Charlotte, when I got into the airport, it was like a ghost town. There was more workers than there were passengers. I'd say there was about like two passengers at each gate flying on these planes, but most of the people that were walking around the airport were the workers. So thank you to all those flight attendants that are still working. And my bag came out super, super quick, and then my friend picked me up from the airport, and I got home. And so now I'm just trying to stay low and try. They didn't ever specifically tell me I was supposed to self-quarantine, but I feel fine. I just don't want to be a carrier for it, so I'm going to be super careful, and I'm going to try and stay here and stay put, other than doing a little bit of work from home, reading a book, hanging out with my cat, maybe doing a puzzle, watching some YouTube. That's pretty much what my life is going to be for the next 14 days. And then we can figure out what's going to happen after that 14 days at that point. I don't know. You just got to take it one day at a time. But for now, I'm using this as a good excuse to start a YouTube channel, maybe. So if you guys like this video, just leave me a comment and or like it. Let me know that you got to the end of it, and if there's something else you want me to talk about, or if you want me to stop talking, just let me know that as well. But for now, that's all I have. So I will talk to you guys later.